With Genshin 5.0 expected to release around late August, which is right around the corner if you think about it, since it's almost nearly July somehow. And that leaves me wondering, what am I even doing with my life? All I do with my free time is make Genshin videos, and everyone flames me in the comment section. Is this really what I'm meant to be doing? What is the point? But anyways, 5.0 is going to fix my life, because it's going to introduce Natlan, the new pyro continent. And I've gone out of my way to collect everything I could find online, and hate to break it to you, there's not that much. Mihoyo has been keeping a pretty tight guard on all Natlan information. But don't worry, I'm so hyped about Natlan that I've dug through so many websites, articles, wiki pages. I've watched that short 1-minute teaser Genshin released at least 100 times by now, just so I can give you guys my thoughts and my insane analysis on what I can find out about Natlan, since I'm just that hyped up about it. And I know you guys are too, so consider subscribing, because all we do on this channel is discuss everything around Genshin and its waifus, and why Genshin is the best, and why I love Genshin, and why I may or may not have a gambling addiction. Don't worry about that last one. Back to the Natlan analysis. Natlan is one of the 7 nations in Tavia, and Tavia is just the world in Genshin. Yes, I forgot that it's called that as well. Don't worry about it. It's the Pyro region, ruled by the Pyro archon Murata, I think that's how you say it, and she's also known as the god of war. So we can expect a lot of violence and a lot of bad things, since war is not good. You hear that, kids? War is bad. And god of war, that guy's pretty angry. Have you seen his games? Bro just starts whacking everything in sight, and he's like got this deep voice. He's like, but it makes me wonder what exactly is going to happen when we reach Natlan, since everything I see online is all about Natlan being about war and destruction, and how it's so hopeless, and oh, my life's so sad, and it's war. So you know what? It's like there's just never-ending war over there, and it doesn't sound that great. It's like the Fire Nation. The Fire Nation just starts attacking everyone and causes World War III. That's what's going to happen in Genshin 5.0. I'm willing to bet money on that. There aren't many details known about the culture or overall aesthetic, but what we can see from the short 1-minute teaser Genshin released is that the region will have volcanic landscapes. And you know, that makes sense since it's pyro themed, and pyro and lava, that's not that much of a stretch, is it? Venti, who is the animal archon, already has mentioned how Murata, the pyro archon, values strength, and how Natlan is a nation where might makes right, whatever that means. I got zero clue what that means.
The pyro archon is a wayward, warmongering wretch, and the geo archon is a brutish, blundering buffoon. How do I know? Because this is written in the epic poems of days gone by.
What is Bro yapping about? And Jin Yan has mentioned how Natlan has a culture of music and dance, and that is one way of showing Natlan's fiery and passionate nature. So yeah, it's a pretty cool nation. And there are some other connections from other random NPCs saying how Natlan has some graffiti on the walls, or some think about that, but I don't know, those are random NPCs you can find at the edge of Subaru. They give us some clues about the architecture and look of Natlan, but I don't think that's that important. I'm talking about the real links to Natlan, and there really aren't that many. Apparently Diluc has a letter from his father which implies some history with Natlan, but I haven't really looked into that. Maybe I should look into that more. But random NPCs have mentioned how Natlan overall has themes of strength, combat, and passion, so it should be pretty interesting when we get there. When we walk into Natlan, are we just going to get like punched on sight? Are they just going to start throwing hands with the Traveler, and then the Traveler's going to absorb the pyro element? I don't know, who knows? But I'm expecting a lot of violence. World War III. That's why I'm excited. Natlan will introduce a new race called the Saurians. Saurians? I don't know how you pronounce it, but these are basically monsters that we can use for exploration, and Genshin released that short 1-minute trailer I keep talking about, and I already made a whole video analyzing the Saurians and where Genshin got them from. Well, my theory on where Genshin got them from. And it's from a certain Zelda game that everyone loves, so it makes sense why Genshin is trying to copy it. But apparently I can't say copy, but I'm gonna still say that they're copying it because I'm right and you're wrong, and deal with it. I'm joking, by the way. It's my opinion. But if you want to find out more about the Saurians and what I think about them, go watch that video after this one. From what I can see from the short 1-minute teaser is that the region seems to border the Sumeru Desert. As we can see right at the end of this trailer, we can see like this massive sand structure, or like this massive like There's this massive structure that looks identical to like the edge of the Sumeru Desert. I'm gonna just put them side by side and you guys can be the judge of that. I'd say that it is pretty similar. I don't know if I'm mistaken, I probably am, but everyone has been saying how Sumeru borders Natlan. So I'm gonna put 2 and 2 together and say this is right. And also, everyone has been saying how Natlan is gonna be the biggest region yet. So that's pretty big. Haha, get it? I said big twice, okay, I'll leave. But we see a lot of distinct locations in Natlan, since from this 1 minute trailer, I gotta stop talking about the 1 minute trailer, but that's literally all we have. It's crazy, but from the 1 minute trailer, we see so much. We see these huge canyons, and we can see it, they go pretty deep in the floor, like very deep. And at the bottom of the canyons, well, presumably at the bottom of the canyons, we see some grassy area and some water. I don't know, it's pretty canyon stuff, dude. We see some mines, and then we see some springs. The mines are pretty basic, I don't know, nothing to be excited about, but the springs and the lakes look pretty insane. They look like they're flying. Like, if we look at this one shot, we can see some floating rocks, and it looks like it's like on the edge of something. It looks like there's going to be some flying mountains. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know, but there's even a volcano in the distance, or maybe just a mountain. Hopefully it's a volcano. I really want to throw some characters in a volcano in Genshin. Don't ask why, I just want to do it. I feel like that's the best virtual to get a 5-star. Just throw each and every character into a volcano and bam, your luck is amazing. But overall, there's so much diversity in Natlan's geography. I don't even know if geography is the right word, but I don't care. There's so much variety. Like, we're already seeing 3 distinct locations, and there's probably going to be a lot more. However, from all of these locations, there seems to be little to no sign of life, well, human life. And I can't really pinpoint Natlan's main city in the trailer. Some people have been saying that it's this tiny, like, wooden structure built into this mountain here, but that looks way too small. And I don't think that does justice for our main city, since if we look at Mondstadt, that's massive. If you look at Fontaine's main city, that's massive. If we look at Liwei's main city, that's massive. Sumeru's main city, that's massive. This tiny structure built into the edge of some mountain, that's tiny. But maybe it makes sense why it's so small, since Natlan's all about war, so maybe the main city got destroyed by a massive war or something? Is that far-fetched? But it would be pretty cool if the main city got destroyed and everyone has to live in this tiny hut, since Natlan is all about war, and it would make sense if the entire environment was pretty barren and hopeless compared to all the other nations, which are booming with life. And it would be a nice change of pace if Natlan isn't as populated as other nations, and instead you got these weird dragons flying around. Did I mention that there's dragons? At the end of the trailer, we can see a dragon. I forgot to mention that at the end of the last video. But oh my days, there's dragons. We got Skyrim in Genshin before GTA 6. That is crazy. I don't know why no one's talking about that. Maybe I'm not talking about that. Can we ride the dragon? Dude, that would be insane. But anyways, we've already seen one of the new characters from Natlan in the Tavia chapter storyline preview released 3 years ago. Basically, Genshin released this tiny trailer which shows you like each act name and like one character from the act. For Fontaine's one, they showed Lily and Lynette and the name of the thingy, which is crazy, the name of the act. But it's crazy to me how they're just casually showing us, it just shows how they're planning everything all along. Mihoyo really does plan in the future. So I can't believe no one really analyzes. Maybe they do analyze this up, I don't know. I'm yapping. For Natlan's one, it's Act 5 and it's named Incandescent Ode of Resurrection. And by my deduction skills, Natlan's going to have some resurrection thingy, I don't know. Maybe we're going to have to resurrect Natlan because it looks pretty dead. Like, there's no people. Where are the people at? The character that they show off is named Iansan? Iansan? I don't flipping know. It has an I. I-A-N-S-A-N. I don't know how you pronounce that. You know what? Let's ask Google. But she's really the only character we've seen from Natlan so far. And she's just some short kid with white hair. Kinda looks like Bennett's cousin. Maybe Bennett's secretly from Natlan too. But yeah, and she's also wearing this skull on her forehead. So you know what? I'm pretty scared. It looks like a Saurian skull, because if it's a human skull, I'd be pretty concerned. But if it's a Saurian skull, I guess no one cares. So you know what? Good for you, Genshin. But fun fact, she's the first playable Genshin character whose name starts with the letter I. Thought that'd be interesting to share with you guys. But yeah, that skull is pretty scary, because I thought Saurians were friendly, since, you know, we're going to be playing as them. But if this lady just casually killed one and is wearing its head as a trophy, then this hints about how violent and crazy Natlan will be, and I'm all for it. Just don't hurt me, please. I'm scared. I bruise easily. And that's about everything I know about Natlan. And I don't want to get to leaks or spoilers, because then Mihoyo will find me and murder me. So, you know what, Mihoyo, please don't hurt me. I'm a good boy. I'm gonna go take a nap now. I'll wait patiently till Natlan comes out. Good night.